living in the past too much. We all fall victim to it. But we do need to let go of the past and really just lock in and focus on today. And I feel like, people around my age wish they can go back to simpler times, the nostalgic times, because they don't want the responsibilities of the life that they have right now. And I understand. I remember watching uh the Pink Panther on Boomerang at 5:30 before I had to go to school, waking up just randomly without an alarm clock. I remember the Wii. I remember playing Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. I remember the DS. I remember the 3DS. I got my DS in my drawer right now. Like, I remember all of that stuff. I remember watching Crash Box on HBO Family. I remember watching all that stuff. Wild Wild Whoopsie, That's So Raven, the Jonas Brothers. Man, do I remember. I can go on and on. I remember everything. And I actually like nostalgic times. It does something to my body every time I remember, because it reminds you of like how life flies. And right at the moment when you're 9, 10, 11, 12, you remember. I know I remember playing WWE Raw versus SmackDown featuring ECW. I remember playing CM Punk. This Fire Burns not instrumental theme song coming up. I remember Jeff Hardy. I remember WWE like it's in front of my face right now. I remember everything. I remember everything about it. I remember watching Attack of the Power of Juju. I remember watching, bro, even just recent nostalgia, like in 2012 when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles used to come on at 12 on Nickelodeon. Really just the Amazing World of Gumball, when they used to come on every single day. Sonic X. Just watching a lot of stuff, man. Just watching a lot of stuff. And when you think about where you're at right now in life and you're like, dang, I wish I can go back. You only wish you can go back because you want to run from responsibilities 9 times out of 10. Now you simply just love nostalgic times, which I do. I know I do. I love the old stuff, and the way it looks now, when you were looking at it from a naked eye, it didn't look old. But when you go back at it, like I remember when I had my 3DS and I was playing Luigi's Mansion 2, The Dark Manor or something like that, the Gloomy Manor, I don't know. And it's when they had to find the piece of the moon. You had to find all the pieces of the moon, and you had to get all the ghosts and all that stuff like that. And we look at it, it's like, dang, it didn't look like that when I was playing it. But that's just how everything is, man. That's just how everything is. But we have to come to the conclusion that we have to live in the present moment right now. Because if we be so fed up in the past and in nostalgia, we're blinding ourselves from the future that we have right now. And the moment that you're in right now is going to be someday nostalgic, because we was once 10, now we're 20. We was once 12, now we're 22. 10 years flies, man. 10 years flies, man. And it's like, whatever you do right now, love what you're doing right now. Love what you're doing. Be in the present right now. Because the times where I was at Sam's Club, it was me and Shaman, bro, racking up tens of thousands of subscribers every day. The conversations, the events that was going on, the way things was going. That's going to be nostalgia when we're 25, 26. Bro, that's going to be nostalgia. And that all happened this year, so you have to take everything in and and just remain everything in and just be like, okay, now let's go on to the next. Then when you get to this point to where you're like, you're so up, man. Like you're smiling ear to ear. You with your grandchildren, and you like, whoa, what a journey. What a journey. And it's like, looking back, bro, we got stories that's, man, let's gather around a campfire and let's get some s'mores and let's tell us, you know what I'm saying? Shimon, if you watching this, man, let's just tell our children, man, like the freaking stories we done had, the freaking just wow. And then your siblings, you know, the nostalgia with them. I got freaking nostalgia with my siblings, like, bro, like it's nothing. I'm talking about up 3 o'clock in the morning on Adult Swim watching Boondocks. I'm talking about Crash Box on HBO. I'm talking about Robot Chicken, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Bleach, Sword Art online. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, just nostalgic. Waking up in the morning with your bros, grandma cooking the good smelling bacon, and you watching Bakugan on Cartoon Network. You watching Pokemon. You watching Flapjack. You watching Foster's Homes of Imaginary Friends, stuff like that. Like all the old nostalgia on Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Sprout. I know y'all remember Sprout. Like, I know y'all remember Cooking Mama on the DS. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to really, like, stop what you're doing right now and really look around at where you at right now. Either this is a bad time in my life, but I know years from now, I'm gonna look at it and laugh because we didn't overcome the times. Not, oh, I remember when it was like this, and I remember it was like that. And I just didn't come out the situation. I just, it's a memory now. 2020 was 4 years ago. And 2020 was a big impact into my life because we was in a lockdown. But 2020 showed me something. And it was one of the beautiful nostalgic times of my life. It's like that going to the memory book and you stamp it. But remember, in life, you always have to turn the page into a new chapter. Never forget that, man. Never forget that. Yes, the nostalgia is cool. Yes, the sound on TikTok, what they put in the nostalgia and everything. Yes, I understand that, but you gotta realize that you have to be fully aware right now because time will slip you by. I was 18 in 2020, man. Freshly turned 18 in February. Now I'm 22. You know what I'm saying? Like, your life can change. I'm falling back into my old mindset. It may have fell off, but I'm getting it back. I remember, I know y'all remember in Disney Channel when it was Teen Beach Movie and everything. I had my 3DS. This was like 2012 Teen Beach Movie in Disney Channel. That's where like would Let It Shine and everything. And I remember I had my 3DS and I was just playing Street Fighter 4 on 3DS. And that was that. But I noticed as the years go by, I used to forget about the year. I used to forget about the year before that. Like, it's like, okay, every time I come into a new year, the last year erased. Like, okay, now it's a new year. None of that happened. Now I'm just on what we on right now. And compared to 2017 to 2018, it's like 2017, I was just watching YouTube. I would just, but the next year I became a YouTuber. I became a content creator. And it's like, when you always focused on the past and this and that. It's okay to reflect, by the way, but you always have to look at the next obstacle and be like, okay, what's next? Then you can reflect later. Then you'll be like, wow. See, that's why it's good to record. Because I'm recording right now. You gonna always remember the vividly images, but don't we all wish we can go back to them times when we was younger? How about you can watch it? You know what I'm saying? So my advice to y'all, just start documenting. Just take pictures of yourself. Just take video. Just document. But always remember that we have to focus on today and not tomorrow. Don't focus on tomorrow. Focus on one day at a time. Not from what's ahead. It's okay to plan ahead for sure. But while you already got your plan, focus on that day you get that plan. Then the next day only focusing on that plan. Not, in 2028, this 2028. You can always plan for the future, but don't always keep your head in the future, man. You can always drive a car and look in the rear view mirrors and everything before you going back and what you was like in the past stuff and reflect. But you always have to keep going forward. Keep driving forward. So yeah, man, never forget that, man. I know the nostalgia is cool. Trust me, I remember. And you can always watch those shows, Austin and Ally. You can always go back and watch all those beautiful shows, man. There's nothing wrong with that. But always stay in the present and focus. Because we can be blinded and we can just be stagnated, and then next thing you know, a Monday passed. Lock in, fam. It's okay. And you're not the only one. Only way is up. Make sure you subscribe and like the video on I Am Family.